it.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Jam with the
Boys.
It's been a minute, you guys. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute,
It's been about a month since we've seen each other, really,
Yeah.
which is odd.
which is odd. Feels weird. We have lots of updates, personal updates. How do we want to start this?
I don't know. How
Do a
do you
little
wanna-
round table.
Round table, sure.
Yeah, I just recently took a job up in the north of Alberta, northern Alberta, working on the oil sands for we're building the pipeline. So, which is very interesting.
Shout out to all the people who love oil and gas.
But it's very interesting because I'm usually on the dirt side of things, the earthwork side. So this is all new. We're building the pipe that the oil and crude is going to be flowing through, and it's an open pit mine. So you've been working on an open pit mine for, right?
Yeah, copper mine.
Oh, it's a copper mine.
Yeah, in Logan Lake.
So this is like, as far as the eye can see, it's absolutely wild. Like these haul trucks are 1.6 million pounds.
Wow.
Like these things they could carry like 400 tons of earth.
Wow.
They are, I could stand in the wheel well.
That's insane.
They're massive.
Wow.
And so the sands, I guess up there, they just pull the sand out, run it through these big ass machines, and the refinery, and that's what makes the oil. I mean, obviously a lot more complicated than that, and then they just spit the sand back out.
So is that why you don't have a beard anymore?
That is why I don't have a beard. Yeah, that's why, because it's a live site. So they make all the oil and then ship it to wherever they need to ship it to. So I can't wear a beard in case there's a leak or an explosion or a gas leak or anything like that.
Can't wear your fake beard around?
No, I had to pull her off.
You can't wear a beard.
Can't wear a beard.
Can't wear a beard anymore. But yeah, so that's the newest and latest and greatest.
And you're enjoying it, though?
Yeah, it's good. It's hard work, but it's long days.
What is your shift 2 weeks on?
Yeah, it's about 15 days on, 6 off, and they're 11-hour days. So it's grueling, but it's good.
Worth it.
You get paid for 12?
I know, just 11s.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how far is the bus into site?
Bus into site is about 40 minutes. It's about 40
Okay.
minutes. So we just sleep. Well, I just sleep.
And you get paid for the 40 minutes or no?
The way there we do, the way home we don't.
Oh. Scumbags.
It's absolute scum.
Shout out.
Shout out scumbags, oil scumbags.
Yeah, maybe.
Gonna get fired.
I know.
Cut it. And then you're going to Whistler on your time
You
off.
shouldn't cut anything, really.
Yeah, no, you keep it raw, baby. So
It's
yeah.
a lot of dead air. People don't like listening to dead
We're
air.
not. We have had no dead air. We
No.
gotta
Be
get.
surprised.
We gotta get good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, and then back up to Whistler. I work my bartending shift tomorrow night, so it's just literally from one to the next, and then just a couple lake days. Get back and see the dog, which will be real nice. So
Nice.
Real
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, but remind me, I got a few things that chat my ass on the way home.
I've got that.
Okay.
Grind my gears.
Shit. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to the lake too.
Oh, yeah, you're going camping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Going camping on Sunday morning, picking up the RV and heading out to the site. We're going to Stave Lake.
Where did you get the RV?
RV Easy.
Okay.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out, easy.
Yeah, so we're going up to Stave Lake and we're going to stay there for 3 nights.
It's supposed to rain.
It is supposed to rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, but it's supposed to be like a high of 19 degrees, so
Oh.
not so bad. And
Moderate.
I went to Bass Pro or Cabela's or whatever, you know, and I got a bunch of fishing tackle for trout fishing, some new
Nice.
tackle. So yeah, I asked the kid at the shop and just showed me all what he used, and I was going to bring my boat, my little hunting boat, and just do some trolling. And he's like, you know what, my stepdad and I went up there recently, and my stepdad trolled around and caught nothing for 5 hours. And he's like, I was just casting off the shore. He's like, I found a good spot. He caught like 5 or 6.
And he ate it?
He might have. We're
Okay.
going to.
You are?
Yeah, I got a fishing license and gonna eat them.
How big do you think?
I don't know how big they are. We'll have to see. A couple pounds maybe.
What else is new?
Not much, man. Just being a dad. Yeah, maybe more clickbait, but in the process of trying to take a new career path. I'm also 79 days off the booze. Got a little tracker. Yeah, clap it up.
We
Feel
need a
great, actually.
Snaps and claps.
What wanderlust like this? I don't even think they snap. I think they just rub their fingers together.
ASMR.
Yeah. No, I feel honestly.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is such a huge, huge milestone.
You know what?
It is, yeah.
Like, it feels weird because not that I was like drinking every day. I was just like having, some drinks with some friends like once a week. But in the old age, the hangovers get pretty serious. So I would have like a 2-day hangover, and I was like, fuck, this just isn't it. Yeah, it was really tough the first like 30 days for sure, because just regular things where I'm like, oh, we're going for beers, or we're going to have beers, or I'm going to have a couple beers. I'm going golfing, and usually like after the first tee off, I'm cracking a beer to
coldie.
get a little swing oil going. And yeah, my golf game's improved. I'm playing a lot of golf.
Has it?
And yeah.
From what I saw, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, that was a shit course.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I played golf sober since I probably turned legal age. I played like shit.
Yeah, it's pretty but like my home course is Morgan Creek, so I play that.
You remember?
Play that quite a bit.
You should get a membership there. I don't know why you don't.
No, it's there's a wait list for like it's not like a membership, but you pay like $350 and you get like 2 green fees, and then you're in like the men's club, but it's a huge wait list.
Oh, brutal.
So yeah, I'll probably get on that. But I go out with the men's nights because I have a couple friends who are like quote unquote members there. So been doing that a couple times, but I love playing that course. It's pristine. It's really
So
nice.
nice.
But yeah, anyways, getting back to it's just interesting going for dinners, and
Especially when the sun hits, too.
yeah, it's really hard when people want to go and sit on a patio and everyone's drinking. But you know what? I have felt much stronger, much better in the gym, much more mentally clear. I had some couple years of taxes that I had to do that was really stressing me out. So like being like
Sharp.
a sharp mind, like it's amazing how sharp your mind gets when you're just, you mean, like I said, it's not like it was a problem. It's just like I just wanted to try it out. And now that I'm past the hump of like 30 days, the thought of it is even just like, ugh.
Not interested.
No, not at all. It's weird. And I'm not saying like I'm never going to drink again, but I don't know. We'll see.
What's the point if you're feeling good,
Yeah,
You
I
don't
feel
like you're missing out on
I
it.
feel really good. And I feel like a lot of my friends, like when we do hang out, like Mike and I went like crabbing the other day, and like neither of us had a drink, and we're just kind of hanging out. But it's like more of a real, like, your relationships thrive when you're clear-headed too, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just relationships based on drinking.
Yeah. And I never really thought like any of my friendship was based on drinking, although like it revolved around that quite a bit. Like we would go do this or go do that, and we're always drinking. You realize how diverse your friend group is. Like I have some friends that golf and some friends that don't, and I do certain things with different people, and it's really been nice, and I feel great. So I don't see myself cracking. It's really easy now. It's really
Yeah.
easy.
And if you are craving it, you kind of just have a non-alcoholic when you're out
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's weird because I have like when I was training for my fight, I took like 8 weeks off, like no drinking, which was like an accomplishment in itself. But I was not drinking the non-alcoholic beers, and now that when I go out with like friends or whatever, and they're having drinks, I just have like my favorites is 0 Heinekens, and just crush those, and it's like nothing.
Well, we are very proud of you. That is so incredible.
Yeah, I got a little tracker app, which has really helped. Melrick got me on it. Shout out Melrick.
Shout out Malrick again.
Malrick.
Yeah, Melrick got me on it, and he's like, yeah, it's a little easier when you see your progress. And I actually have here.
Shout out Malrick, who's also a sober king.
Yes. So 78 days, but it also tells me how many hours I've saved not drinking. This is just like based on those 78 days and how much I thought I was dedicating, how many hours of drinking I was dedicating. And it's 154 hours in 78 days that I've kind of saved for myself.
I bet you more.
Probably more, considering like the hangover days. And I projected like a certain amount of like what I would spend on like a restaurant. Like I would go to a restaurant and drink, have a bill for beers or whatever per week. And it says that I've saved $3,080 in 78 days. And that's light too.
That
because
is very light because
it's-
I've seen some hefty bills.
Yeah, some hefty bills, or picking up friends' bills. You're feeling loose. You're picking up friends'
Yeah.
bills and buying drinks for whoever.
Buying champagne guns at
Champagne guns at Longhorn. Yeah,
That was a memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean those don't count. Those are like $1,000, $2,000 bills.
Yeah.
those are not. Those are not included. But also that I didn't include is like the DoorDash and Grubhub and whatever you call it, your Uber Eats, those bills the day after, because I'm the type of person who I like learn to enjoy my hangover. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have a bunch of drinks tonight, and then I'm gonna just have like I'll plan for it, like have a lazy day, and like, you know,
Don't get me
I'm
wrong, I
spending,
love
like,
those lazy days.
yeah, but I would wake up like 10, 11 in the morning, order like
Dons.
burgers, and then I would order for lunch I would order, you know, sandwiches, and then after that I would order like $100 worth of sushi. So like there were like $200 on a hangover day, and if they lasted 2 days, then and all your inhibitions for being like fit and healthy go out the window when you're hungover. You know,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink, is because I literally cannot control myself.
Yeah.
When I'm drunk, I will order like as much as I can.
Yeah,
I have no
totally.
self-control. So that's why I don't drink mostly.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but I've been really craving going to Hawaii lately.
Oh, same.
Mom's going in September.
I know. I got offered by a friend of mine to stay at his place because he had a cancellation. I don't know if I told you guys, but
What
yeah,
days?
they're gone. They're come and gone now. They were like he said there was 2 weeks there. Yeah, I would love to get over there, and especially just I don't feel the need to drink over there when I'm over there anyways. Like, it's nice to have beers, but now that like I don't, it's totally fine. Like, if I'm golfing every day, like instead of spending like $500, $600 USD on dinner, and I can get a couple rounds in.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Save so much money without
Totes.
drinking.
Yeah, totally.
Totes my goats.
Mace has been asking about Hawaii like all the time.
He's so privileged.
He just like
Such a
he's like,
privileged
"Dad,
white male.
You think we should go to Hawaii soon? I'm like, yeah, buddy, sure. He's like, and we can go get banana bread. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, across the street, and then maybe we can hit the candy store after. And I'm like, sure, man. Sounds good to me. He's like, oh, do you remember when we were boogie boarding? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so fun.
Oh my God, we need to go back with him.
I know.
That was such an iconic
Yeah.
memory.
It'll be so much better now too.
Yeah, he's so with it.
Yeah, he is.
Is he swimming?
He's in swimming lessons. Yeah, I still prefer him. Anytime he's around a body of water, like
Life jacket. For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, until
But
he's
it's more
like,
fun if he can like swim.
Of course, yeah, and like in Hawaii, like I would go in without a life jacket if I'm with him, holding him, boogie boarding, stuff like that. He's not a life jacket on.
Too risky.
Anytime I think there's a chance that I take my eye off him for 1 second, he's in a life jacket.
Yeah, I would not. I would keep my kid in a life jacket till they're like 10, honestly. I just have too much anxiety.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bodies of water are so scary. Like,
Yeah, remember when Dad almost drowned in Hawaii?
yeah. Trying to save me and I wasn't even in the water.
No, it was John.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wasn't even in the
No,
water
but he
either.
thought it was you.
Yeah,
That's
there
why
was
he got pissed off.
there was
It's-
someone getting thrashed against the coral
It was
out
like
there.
the first time in our lives that we've seen Dad go in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't go in the ocean.
No.
And he ran in and he got sucked under.
Yeah, and then
bad.
I had to go save him.
And then he stepped on that sea urchin.
Yeah.
And his foot was fucked. And he's like, I can't believe I almost died saving another kid.
Yeah, I've never seen him in the water since.
yeah.
No, he's never been in the ocean.
No.
That was the first and only time
He's
I've
very
ever seen
scared
him
of
in the ocean.
sharks. Very
Yeah.
scared of sharks.
Complete fucking blood.
Complete phobia of sharks, that guy.
He's got
Not a shark
something
guy, that
else.
guy.
Shout out, Dad. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go on to me.
Yeah, give her.
Yeah.
I've got some updates.
Give her, dude.
I have been in the hospital this week
Yes.
with a major kidney infection, which has stemmed from Stampede, I'm guessing. While I was in the hospital with this kidney infection, they also did a CT scan on my kidneys, and I have multiple kidney stones in each kidney. I have 9 kidney stones in my right kidney, and I have 7 kidney stones in my left kidney.
That's insane.
It's insane.
That is brilliant.
And it's been there before this kidney infection. The kidney infection has just highlighted that I have stones.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm going to have to pass those at some point.
It's gonna be brutes.
Yeah, in the hospital, it's just been a week after Stampede. Stampede was crazy, and I think that is why I got a kidney infection, is because my routine was just turned upside down. Being at Stampede, I work 11 days. I'm one of the managers at Cowboys for VIP service, and I start every day at like 3 or 4, really, and I end every night at like 4 or 5. I'm asleep by like 5:36, and then I do it for 11 days straight. As you guys know, I do not drink, really, and I'm very clean eating, healthy, and when I got to Stampede, I was literally only eating Adderall, and sugar-free Red Bulls.
Maybe-
Shout out Adderall.
Yeah,
Shout out Adderall.
shout
I have a
out-
prescription.
Prescription or not.
Prescription. And
Feeling it.
by the eighth day, I was absolutely on the sauce because I was so over everybody. And I was just so drunk the
Tell
last
us
3
more
days.
about your personal experiences. What kind of celebs were there? What kind of celebs were in the VIP section?
Yeah, spill
what
the
kind
beans.
of concerts were there for people that don't know?
Okay, we had a plethora of concerts. Okay, the highlights, surprisingly, was, and I would never pay even $1 to see either of these people, and they were the best performers of all of Stampede, Macklemore and Flow Rider.
No way.
I can't even tell you guys the energy in the tent for Flow
They've
Rider.
been doing it for a long time, though.
Oh my God, you can tell. Like, it was such a performance. It was so incredible. It was amazing. You knew every Flow Rider song, you know everyone is a banger.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
single one. Riley Green was incredible.
Yeah, he's good. I
Bailey
like him.
Zimmerman, really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Was
McJesus
Childers there?
Pardon me?
Was Childers there?
No.
No? Oh. Shabuzi?
Shabuzi was there. Yeah,
Was
he
he
played a
good?
bar song 5 times in a row.
What?
5
People
times.
were loving it.
People
eh?
were obsessed because he had a whole album and he sang it all, but nobody knew anything. The second the bar song came on, everyone was going wild. He did it 5 times
In a row.
in a row.
That's a banger.
Every time, the last time I was like, okay, this guy's got to get the fuck off stage. Like,
Wow.
it was a lot. But people loved it. People loved it.
Don't
Okay,
mean to cut you off, but did you hear that Travis Scott played that Zang song 10 times in a row at that concert?
No.
It was like 80 to 100,000 people like at that concert, all on an open floor, and he played it like 10 times in a row, and it set off an earthquake. It registered like a 1.3 earthquake.
That's insane.
Yeah, like 10 times. It was just like, zah, 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 and, like the whole crowd was just going nuts.
Wow.
It's absolutely, it was, I watched a little bit of it. It was, the city was shaking.
That's
Wow.
It was
crazy.
nuts.
It was really, really amazing. Our girl Tate McRae was there. Jord and I both have a crush on her. It was
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She's from Calgary. It was her first hometown show ever.
Wow.
Yes. And if you don't know, the Calgary Stampede is the largest outdoor rodeo in the entire world. And there's different tents outside of the Stampede, which is like the Cowboys tent, Badlands. They had like John Summit and stuff. And each tent holds around 10,000 people. And
Wow.
we were sold out every night.
Sick.
So
And
sick.
Mason and I watched the Stampede on TV.
What did you think?
We loved it.
You watch a chuck wagon or bull riding?
We watched the bull riding and we watched the roping. Like
Oh,
the bull.
okay. Yeah,
like
yeah.
They ride beside the bull and then rope it down and
Yeah.
drag him to the ground. Mason was loving it.
It's so. You guys should totally go next year. It's like a whole fair. He'd love it.
You know, Mason's little friend, the sheep rider, and yeah,
And he won.
so
or
cute.
didn't
He
win?
didn't win, but
Oh.
but still cute. He was only 4 and he had like cowboy boots and a cowboy hat.
Are they gonna put him in rodeo stuff?
I would assume, yeah, they're pretty country. Those
I love
those
that.
folks.
Those folk. Yeah, and then the VIP section. So it was
Biz,
it was a lot of.
Biz. Let's get to
was
Biz.
Biz-
Let's get to Biz.
He was living up there, basically.
Love that for Biz.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot.
This is clicky for let's get the Biz
I
on
don't.
Yeah, let's
train.
get the
I
biz
don't
on- let's
want
get
the-
the
Yeah, fuck
clicky
yeah.
stuff.
Let's get Biz on Jam with the boys.
No, like I don't want anything to do with that guy.
What?
Yeah, very nice. It was a lot of.
You can't just say very nice.
I had minimal interaction with him.
Okay, let's move on to Big Mike.
Yeah, hey, Big Mike was there. He's one of my good friends from LA, and him and his girlfriend came for content at the Calgary Stampede. They were only there the last few days, and they only came to Cowboys one night. But
What's his last name again?
Mike Malak,
Oh, right. Shout out Big Mike.
Shout
Yeah.
out Malak.
he loved it. Loved Stampede. He's a sober king too.
Is
He
he?
drinks a little bit, but he's like used to be.
Yeah.
You guys should read his book.
It's
called
well
The
known.
Fifth Vital. I think it's right over there. Yeah.
People, do you think everyone knows who he is? Like, obviously, he's huge, but
I think so.
he's on the podcast Impulsive.
If he's a great person, I have nothing but respect for him and what he has made his life out to be. He used to be a heroin and crack addict on the streets of the East Coast somewhere, and now he is living in a freaking mansion in the hills. And kudos to him.
Good for him. Yeah.
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 But
Things
yeah,
change when you get sober.
yeah, totally. And
Screw your fucking head on straight, and things work out for you.
become a millionaire and live in the hills.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah, but it was a lot of NHL players in there. Every person you could think of was up there. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But other than that, celebrities. Pierre Polivier was there.
Oh, he was. Shout
Shout
out
out,
to
Pierre.
Pierre. fucking right.
Yeah.
A new PM.
Our new PM. Yeah, that's about it. I was definitely, I don't know, like, how we want to get into this. Are we going to do dating updates?
Okay, yeah.
And
See, this kind of banter, people, you shouldn't cut this shit out.
me and you?
Just like this, like right now, what we're talking about, like this.
Rude.
It's just so much.
No. Just
Don't
like,
mean that.
Me and you.
I just mean like this.
no, just this. Like when
chatting
we're
shit.
when we're just about to like start something new, you gotta keep it in.
Well, I will just air out my situation that I had before Stampede that led me into. So Stampede is a great networking opportunity. There is a lot of people that you can meet.
You busy?
Yeah, if you got something to do, we can.
Yeah, you want to cut this short or what? I got places to be.
There's a lot of people you can meet, and I've been on and off with this guy for quite some time now. And right before Stampede, we had a very in-depth conversation of kind of starting things back up again. And in my head now, after Stampede, I've realized it is manipulative, and he was only trying to get in my head before Stampede because he knew the people that were going to be walking through those doors. And so we had a great chat before, like everything was like perfect. And then I go to Calgary Stampede and then just like communication tails off and then ghost.
Yeah.
And then I sent him a message the other day basically saying, do not message me ever again.
Good.
Good.
And you're wasting my time and I'm done for good. Like,
Yeah.
and I was so respectful of him. He was at the forefront of my mind the entire Stampede until the last day when I met this really sweet man who ended up being a child. But you know what? I was just like, fuck it. At this point, like I owe you nothing. Like, I was so hopeful for so long, and I've told you both about this.
Yeah.
And I was really excited about the potential before Stampede.
Yeah. Just seemed like a good dude
Yeah.
that you got along with. If it's just one-sided, then fuck.
It's unfortunate for me, but we must digress. So I saw this man at the bar, and this man looked like a man, let me tell you. I thought like maybe 30, so good looking. Everyone was swooning over him. We had this immediate connection. We ended up hanging out while I was working a little bit, and then he came back to Vancouver. We went on an amazing date. The sparks were flying, you guys. I was like so enthralled with this guy. And then I Googled him and his age came up and I almost shit my pants, literally.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was a large age gap of him being younger. And he was so persistent that he wanted an older woman.
Oh, God.
And as soon as he said older woman, I wanted to just jump out of the building. So I had to cut that off, unfortunately.
Well, technically now you are that older woman.
I am, but not to somebody that's like 35. I'm still like a spring chicken,
Yeah.
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 You know?
You need an older guy.
yeah. And so bless
Quit it with
his
these
heart.
young guys. They don't know what they're doing.
Okay, yeah, he lied
cut it-
about his
cut that
age.
shit.
Yeah, so bless his heart. He was so sweet, and we left on great terms. But it's unfortunate that he's so young.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, Sydney
See you, Slavin.
Stefan. Okay, moving on.
You know what? I could really just vent about what happened to me today, like going to the airport.
This is Grind My Gears.
You know, that really grinds my gears.
Oh, yeah. Let me go off.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, people that whistle in public, do not do it. So this old guy, I get on the bus. It's like 7 in the morning. I'm going from the hotel shuttle to the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm having my coffee at 7 in the morning. Everyone's kind of just waking up, right? Mm-hmm. This old guy sits behind me and starts just, as soon as the engine starts, like in my ear. And I kind of like just let it go, like seeing if he's just like humming, like just like doing his morning routine. This guy went on for like a minute, and I turned around and was like, "Are you like?" Pulled the John. Are you done? Like, are you done? Like,
Rude.
Yeah, well, fucking chat my ass. 7 in the morning. Then I turn, he like kind of looks at me, like squints his eyes, like he's confused.
Of course.
Like,
Who's this dickhead?
turn around and he starts going again. Literally starts going. He's in my ear, and I'm like, he's so the whole time that really pissed me off.
But you let it go.
Yeah, because he was old, but like,
Couldn't just be like, hey, man, like, this is a public space. Like,
Like,
it's 7 in the morning. Like, do you mind?
yeah, like the birds are chirping. You don't have to be, okay?
Yeah.
Anyways, whistling in general is just so obnoxious, especially in
Yeah,
like,
whistle while you work, buddy.
yeah, like don't do it.
Don't do it on a bus.
Like even humming, people that hum in public, like like in like no. So that really tapped me.
Okay.
That set me off. And then getting off a plane. Everyone obviously knows this. Everybody has to get up. As soon as that buckle seatbelt sign comes on, it's always the dads. It's always the dads that just rip up, get their bags, and start hustling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're getting off, it's the zipper effect, right?
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of goes. So there's these like two guys that like cut this family off. And then everyone starts doing it. And like this family's just like sitting there like, why is no one letting us go? Then they finally get out, and then like people just kept doing it. Like, oh, they're still sitting. Like, I'm just gonna cut them off and not let them get their bag from up top. So I was already in a mood from Whistle Boy, and I was like getting up, and he was about to cut me off, and I just laid the shoulder into him.
Oh.
Just stood up and bang.
Wow.
Put him into the row.
There's no
Just literally-
there's no medium ground, eh? Just no like, hey, excuse me, can you wait your turn?
No, I
please?
just pretended I didn't even see
Just
him.
shoulder chest.
It's like every intrusive
Shoulder
thought you
check.
act on.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you don't need. I was like, oh, sorry, didn't know it was your turn. And
We
I just
should-
went and got my bag and started pulling it off, and he was like standing right behind me, and I just purposely grabbed my bag, gave him a little smack with it, put my bag on like that, smacked him again. I'm like, oh, sorry, bud, you're standing real close. Just let me get my bag here. Just
Wow.
But like that already, you know what? Like, just let people get off section by section, row by
Yeah.
row. You don't.
We
need
should
to
call
be-
this podcast impulsive.
Yeah. We're stealing it, Mike.
Yeah, but so those two things really set me off this morning. The whistle boy, and then like just etiquette on a plane.
I agree. Plane etiquette is just something that people need to learn. I hate when people rush up like it's a fucking race to get off the plane.
Or people that like lean their seat back.
Oh, I will lean my seat back. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
I'm
Oh, you-
all day leaning
Oh,
back.
but if someone leans it on you, you're sticking your knees right into it, not letting them do it back.
No.
Oh, I do not let people recline that seat.
Really?
I would call the air person.
Oh no, my knees are already grinded into it.
Put your feet underneath where
No.
they're supposed to be, not like this.
Can't do it.
Really?
Not when I'm behind you.
No, like there.
wow.
I will recline
I'm-
before the air thing goes off. The second that we're taking off, boop, bam, back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just-
and no stewardess looking.
Yeah.
See ya. I'm back.
Knees
and I don't
back.
and I don't mind if someone. I'm doing it. They're doing it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
No,
Do
no,
it.
no one's doing it.
You don't put your seat back at all.
No,
Not on long flights.
no,
You're psycho.
What? You're nuts.
no. I just lean my
Raw
head.
dog it. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I have heard. I
What
know
is
what
it
you're gonna
called?
say.
What is it called?
I
It's
don't
called
know.
raw dogging a plane.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
But people are doing like raw dogging like their rides to work and shit too.
It's so stupid. It's such a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, but like you're filming it, so like how are you not on your phone if
No,
you're
they're
filming
not
it?
filming it.
They're not filming
It's
it.
like
They're
the,
just-
the
people-
girlfriend will film it.
But then they're like probably looking at it like oh yeah, like
But still, it's like they just no headphones, nothing.
just your thoughts.
Just your thoughts.
I mean,
No
my plane ride
movie.
was only an hour. I
Raw dogged it.
yeah, it was only an hour.
You're psycho.
No headphones.
No,
No
Just-
phone.
just
Oh, sleeping.
sleeping. Just sleeping. Sleeping
Big
doesn't
non-
count.
That you can't
I
sleep.
This
know,
is
I
even
know.
lost.
This is even more of a psycho move. A fucking non-reclined seat, sleeping.
Yeah.
Like just sleeping like this.
Your mouth is probably wide open.
I got something for you. And I snore. I have sleep apnea. Shout out Apneas. If you got the apps. There was a guy on the bus ride to the airport. He has sleep apnea. I don't think he knows it. I let him know that he does. Okay?
You plug his nose.
Oh no. I told him, like, I woke him up. I was like, dude, I think you got a snoring problem.
A snoring problem? Oh my god.
This guy was literally
This
like,
is so nuts.
This guy was literally like this.
You don't say you have a snoring problem. Give him the exact thing. Be like,
Yes, you have
I
sleep
have.
apnea.
Be like, dude, I have sleep apnea, and you definitely have sleep apnea.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I did. I did.
What
I
did
did.
he
Oh.
say?
He said, why? What? I was like, dude, you literally sucked all the oxygen out of the bus. That's why we're steaming up.
Oh my god.
Did
Fuck,
you
we had
give
the
him
bus-
the impression?
Can't
No, 'cause
even
the
fucking
bus drivers-
explain something properly to a guy.
Bus
Like,
drivers' windows were all steaming up, and we're like, we need to just turn on the heat, just turn on the AC. And this guy was like this, like literally. And I have sleep apnea,
Oh my
so but I
fucking
just was like,
God.
I kind of know the guy, but I kind of let it go, and I was like, yeah, man, like you were snoring loud, and like your mouth was open, and like you pretty much sucked all the oxygen out of the bus.
man, but that's not sleep apnea.
When you're choking on your own tongue.
When you tell him you're sucking all the oxygen out of the bus, it means he's free flow breathing all of the oxygen out of the bus. When you're choking, you're not sucking any air in. So he's probably just like, this guy's a fucking dick.
No, and he was
Like,
like,
buddy, you're sucking all the air out of the bus. Like, that's why the window's fogged, you idiot. Like, you can be like, hey, man, I got sleep apnea, and you
sound like you might.
You were not breathing when you were sleeping.
You know the story. When I was playing junior hockey and my captain was sleeping with his mouth open, do you know the story? What I did to him? No. I was eating licorice.
Okay.
And he was like sleeping with his mouth open like this. Like literally, I was like 15, 16. He was my captain, and his mouth was open. And I literally just took a huge piece of licorice and just rammed it down his throat. And he was like, "Oh!" And I literally wanted to do. All I could think about on this bus ride was just if I just had licorice to this guy sitting next to me, if I could just what? He was so mad. My captain was so mad.
I
Honestly.
can imagine.
Just getting woken up with a licorice on your throat.
My ex-boyfriend used to snore a lot, so I would just always lean over and plug his nose and then pretend to be asleep.
That's literally, you're trying to kill him. So.
He would wake up and I'd pretend to be asleep.
Well, I recently just bought not a sleep apnea machine. But
One of those guards
I bought one of the guards that,
Joe talks about.
yeah, Joe Rogan. I saw it on his podcast and I'm going to try it out.
How much was it?
On Amazon, I think it was like $40 or $50.
Cheap.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if it works. I don't know how I'm going to tell if it works. Maybe just like put my phone on
Yeah, you should just record yourself.
and see if I snore while I sleep. This is supposed to stop it. So it's by Snore MD. It's a snore mouth guard. You can get them on Amazon if you know anyone with sleep apnea that doesn't want to have a machine. I'll let you know how it goes, though.
Interesting.
Please do.
Oh, update on the beaties.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah,
beads.
very close, if not done. Started the carnivore diet a couple weeks ago, and it's gone.
You're going to beat the beaties.
So
pretty
are
much
you
gone.
still not, you're not taking insulin?
Nope, no insulin, no nothing, just carnivore diet, and it's gone. It's been really great. I checked it like 3 or 4 times every single day, and it's been in normal range.
That's
That's
awesome.
dope.
Yeah.
So
as
what is
long-
the carnivore diet?
Just animal products. I just eat like chicken and beef and fish and eggs and cheese, and
Is it kind of like keto?
Not any type of
Yeah, it's
not
like-
any type of cheese though, right?
I eat mainly like sheep and goat cheese, just because it's not as widely produced, so it's a little more. It's like a smaller batch kind of thing, so it's a little better for you. I tend to go organic everything too, so I mix in low carb like fruits, but there would be considered a vegetable to most people, like a bell pepper and cucumbers. Those are all fruits, but to most people they're vegetables. So I don't eat much like leafy greens, like nothing.
Nothing with a stem, right?
I've been just trying to get off the leafy greens just to see if my inflammation goes down, and my tendinitis in my elbows has completely gone away too. So
Wow.
no more beaties, no more tendinitis.
Carnivore.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I mean,
I did that. Remember you did that like a year ago, and then I got onto it, and I felt great.
yeah.
Felt so
So
good.
now that I'm off of it, I'm gonna try and do water fast.
Oh, good for you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Document it.
yeah.
Keep
I
us
will.
posted.
I will.
Love that for you.
Day 1, no food.
I should do it with you. It'll be hard at camp, but I'll do it with you. Let me know when you're doing it.
Yeah, it'd be really hard working
yeah, but
doing it.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Give her a go. Do you have any other grind my gears?
Zoltan.
Grind my gears. I don't know. Just a random grind my gears that I've just been having trouble with is just driving down here.
To downtown.
Driving downtown and driving all these different places, it's just been tough. It's tough. It's just like the etiquette, the driving etiquette is just, it's rough out there, people.
Yeah. People don't really have etiquette while driving in the city, especially.
Yeah.
I feel like people's etiquette just in general has gone way downhill.
You know,
Yeah.
people have lost the emotion of shame, I've realized.
Or just, I mean, like, I don't really give a fuck about a lot of things, but like to other people, I think, I mean, I'm still learning it, but obviously just like rules of the road, like waving, thank you for letting me in.
I'm a big like wave.
Yeah.
You know, if someone lets me cross the road or I let someone cross the road, I expect a little wave. Like,
yeah.
hey, thanks.
I
you
get
know?
ticked off if they don't wave. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm riding your ass.
Yeah, that's the same with me kind of with opening the door for people. Like I had someone at the gym the other day open the door for them and I felt like just closing it on them. You open the door for someone and you should say thank you.
It's just common courtesy.
Yeah, like you're waiting, you're holding the door open, you just walk in like it's, oh, nothing.
Yeah, people have really lost the plot.
Oh, I went on a hike with my girl the other day and we were talking what grinds our gears is when people say thank you. Because we were like, letting people pass or just waiting. Like there's single lane bridges that you got to cross to go over, and we'll wait. And like this one couple, they're walking in silence, no headphones, no nothing, and there's a single lane like little bridge, and we stepped to the side, and these people just went through, no nothing, and I'm like, yeah, you're welcome, and they didn't say anything, and I'm just like, and she's like, yeah, like people don't say thank you. I'm like, how many languages do you think you could say thank you in right now? If you were in Italy, can you say thank you? Grazie.
Grazie.
I mean,
If
if I went to a country, I would probably pick up those.
Yeah, Mexico. You go to Mexico.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Like.
Domo arigato,
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Roboto.
Japanese.
Danke.
Yeah.
Danke.
Danke.
Yeah.
Danke.
Hey, I don't care. Like, if you're in a country, just look. I'm not even saying these people were immigrants or anything. I'm just saying if you're in a country and someone does something polite for you, just learn how to say thank you. Like when I went to Italy, that's like the first thing you learn is thank you when someone delivers you plate. Grazie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Or
even
if it's a wave and just like this.
yeah,
Just
thanks.
a little
Yeah,
head
if you
nod.
got headphones in, hey, thanks.
Yes.
It's
I don't know.
Vancouver, though, I think.
Yeah, and what she was telling me is it's like a well-known thing that people are hiking snobs because she's a big hiker. So
Yeah, people in Vancouver are just rude, to put it bluntly.
yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Me neither.
I never will.
No.
Anyways, let's move on.
Also, I deactivated my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. Tried to send you a
did?
couple things and couldn't find you.
So many people have reached out and asked me why, and I just feel honored that people even notice.
Yeah, I was saying to you when you said you're like, oh, you didn't notice I deactivated? I said, no, why would I?
I tried to send you memes a lot. I'm like, why can't I find her?
Yeah, but people who like are like, hey, did you block me? Or hey, like I do send you memes and I didn't even think about it.
And I do it because after Stampede, it's really draining for me. I'm an introvert. It's really difficult to be there for 11 days and socializing and talking to people outside of my house. So last year, I deactivated my Instagram until I think October.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do that again. And it feels so good. I have a Finsta that I have about 12 people on. It's my closest friends and family. So I get to keep up with them during summer. So I'm not missing monumental moments in their life. But again, people have just lost the plot of reality. Like, get outside, touch some grass. The world is not going to end if you're not on Instagram or social media. And just try and connect with people that you're
As
friends
we're
with
putting
offline.
all this stuff on social media.
Yeah, but we're trying to
Don't
mindless
get
scrolling.
off.
Yeah, don't leave
Don't-
our podcast right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Stay on. Stay
Don't
till the end.
unsubscribe.
Then go touch grass.
Or listen to it while you're touching grass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just think it's so important to realize that summer is upon us. Be as present as possible.
Totally.
and-
Yeah, I think it's healthy to do that.
Yeah.
I've since I've been sober like the last 80 days, I find that I don't check my messages as much, and I'm not sending as much. I don't know why or how that correlates. I think I'm a little bit more busy and maybe a little bit more present too.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Being away from work, though, like where I am, like at night, I'm like,
What
Yeah,
else
you
are you
have
gonna
to.
do?
I'm just sending
Memes.
all night until
Yeah.
8:30
Yeah.
until
Oh
I fall
my-
asleep.
Yeah. That's fair.
Do you guys want to chat about the Summer Olympics? The opening ceremony is tonight.
Oh, it is?
It is in Paris.
Let's just talk about
Interesting.
how much like crime is going on with
I didn't hear.
oh yeah, like people's
I didn't hear this.
really. Yeah, people's like vans are getting like broken into, windows are getting smashed, all the Olympic athletes' gear is getting stolen, all like the medical staff's gear is getting stolen. A woman got raped by 5 guys outside of a nightclub. Windows are getting smashed of all like where the people
Olympic
are
Village?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
Is this a reliable source?
I mean, I saw the videos of like all the windows getting smashed and like the people picking up all their medical gear. So
Oh, wow.
I saw a video of it.
Have you guys seen the beds that they're sleeping on?
No.
They're made out of cardboard.
Is that good?
Have you seen it? They're so worried about like STDs and stuff like this. So they've made these beds for the athletes out of cardboard.
And they're so small.
They're smaller than a twin for the
Wow.
athletes. And they're made out of cardboard. So it will only fit the weight of one person. So if you try and have someone in your bed, it will break.
Wow.
It's like these people have been working their ass off their entire lives. It is their choice if they want to just let their freak flag fly in Paris. They've worked their ass off to get to this point. Like, why is it such a crime?
Yeah.
But you know what is cool?
What?
The surfing athletes, they're not doing it in Paris because there's no surf in Paris. So far off the coast in like a different country.
Okay.
And these athletes are posted up on a cruise ship, and the cruise ship looks so sick, and they're like in paradise.
No way.
Yeah, because they're doing it like where I think the waves are like the average wave for the Olympics. I believe it was like, I could be totally wrong, but it was like 4 to 10 feet. And now they're like 25-foot waves these surfers have to compete on.
Wow.
Because they're like in this crazy surf capital.
Wow.
I have to look up the location.
Yeah.
But
You know what? You know what really grinds my gears is the Olympics in general. I think it's a total scam.
I love the Olympics.
Yeah, no, I think I love watching it. It's great.
Yeah.
I think that it's a total fucking scam, though.
Why?
I think that
Yeah, sure.
I think the Olympic Committee and all these networks make I think it's in the billions of dollars, and these athletes train all for 4 years without anything. They might get some sponsorship money or whatever, and they're not paid to be there.
No.
They're not paid to win. It's
But
just
everyone else
based on
makes money.
sponsorship money, and everyone else that puts it on makes money.
Yeah, I did.
And I kind of got this perspective off of these guys who are on Joe Rogan. They're coming out with a yearly games that's called the Enhanced Games.
Oh, yeah. I
And
heard
it's
about
there's no just because what they were explaining is there's so many of these countries like Russia and China where these athletes get popped after the fact for performance enhancing drugs that are the newest and the most undetected, and everyone's trying to performance enhance. So they've just decided, you know what, we're gonna eliminate the testing. We're gonna test to see if you're a healthy individual in order to compete, not test for anything else like you can be or can't be on performance enhancing drugs. But we are gonna make it so it's a yearly thing, or it's on, your event is on once a year, and we can have these games throughout the year, and we can televise it, and we can pay the athletes what they're supposed to be paid, like a professional athlete.
That's
like,
cool.
Let's get like the best runners in the world, and let's have them fucking run
it cranked
and
out.
and no testing, just fucking the fastest human being possible. Like, let's just see it, and let's put it on TV, and you make, let's say you're the fastest, you get $1 million or whatever it may be.
That's actually
You know,
sick.
like you get paid like a professional athlete, and they should get paid like a professional
They
athlete.
should.
Yeah.
You know, so
And like, how does golf, like, how does that work? You just like go head to head and have a round, and then like,
is there golf in the Olympics?
yeah, there is this year.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like individual, like,
Well, you would just play it like a normal
But, like,
round. You
what
would just
does-
play 4 rounds, and you would just, whoever wins gets gold, and whoever comes second
that's
gets
Scotty.
silver.
Scotty's winning.
Well, you know,
Is Scotty in the
and
Olympics?
Scotty's not playing against.
Yeah, but so how does US pick? Do they just pick
The
Scotty?
qualifiers.
it's-
There's Olympic qualifiers for like months before.
yeah, they would probably pick it like
Because they can only have like one player. I'm assuming.
the Olympic.
One or
They would
two.
they would create. I'm assuming what they would do is same as hockey, same as any other
Create like
tournament-based.
a four-man team or something.
No, you would be you would just
Like
get
a-
picked by like the Olympic Committee.
Like a Ryder Cup for the Olympics would be sick.
Well, there's more than one. Let's say there's more than one Olympic American or Canadian swimmer, so they all compete against each other. There's no teams.
Yeah.
It's not a team sport. It's an individual sport. So you just get an Olympic committee. Golf would put together an Olympic committee and choose.
I'm
the
interested to see how it
Americans.
goes, though.
Yeah,
Very interested because
Yeah.
I would watch that. Like,
Yeah.
First, I think it's like the first time.
I love watching skateboarding and snowboarding
And
all that
BMXing 's
shit.
sick.
Yeah,
I like watching gymnastics.
the
On
gymnastics.
ping pong or table tennis, real like it gets intense, man. Like semifinals and finals they're like crazy good, obviously, but it's very, very entertaining.
I can imagine. I like diving.
Yeah,
You guys
Yeah,
know
I like the diving,
There's
too.
like Paris is like trying to be different, so they're, instead of swimming pools, they're using like, I think it's called the Seine or Seine canal
yeah.
that they've dumped all the sewage in.
Well, all the people have
Yeah.
been shitting in it.
Yes,
They
and
put-
it's like disgusting. And so and everyone in Paris is like, why are you putting these athletes in this fucking
it's human shit.
literally human shit? And they're like testing the water. They're like, no, it's okay. It's nobody swims in
Dude,
this.
it's brown.
It's literally brown. It's full of shit.
Dude, the locals set up toilets along the edge so people could shit in the river and it would just go right in.
Because they're like, why are you putting these athletes? Because Paris wants to be different, and they keep testing. They're like, no, it's okay to swim in, and you're like, you swim in it. Like, it's so disgusting.
Oh,
There was a
wow.
thing. There was a thing online where like all these different. It was like an app
Yeah.
where like you could see where if you took a shit like
where it is.
up in this river, like how long it would take to get down to the Paris Canal. So like all these people were just going,
Shitting.
Oh
shitting and
my
pissing.
God.
Yeah, like for months, dude.
Gross.
Yeah, Paris.
Why are they
is-
doing that?
I know. It's like, just use a pool. No,
Yeah.
Why you got to be different?
Yeah, French people.
French, le français. Okay, you guys want to talk about the infamous Donald Trump attempted assassination?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh, I know it is, but Joe Biden's been
Out of the race.
no, but he's like been MIA. And then did you see that video that he came out of the White House and he's like a foot taller?
No.
Oh my, it's
Joe Biden?
Yeah, because like there's like photos of him like standing next to his wife, and he's like his wife's like at his shoulders, and he comes out. It doesn't even look like him because he put out a statement.
Yeah.
This is very conspiracy.
Very conspiracy.
I like it a lot.
Very conspiracy. If you like conspiracy theories, look up this video. It's Joe, and he's like honestly like 6 foot something. He's like walking out, and he's like, and his face looks doesn't look like Joe Biden, and it's like
You think
weird.
he's dead?
No one's seen him until this very moment. Like it wasn't even his signature on the thing. It was like a very well typed thing that got put out on X, and then no one's seen him since like he wrote it, and like then he shows up and he's like literally a foot taller. It's
Interesting.
It's very wild how tall he is.
I just don't want to get like too American like political because we don't have any dog in the fight,
No.
so it doesn't really
We're
matter.
just observers.
But I am observing some funny stuff, like funny business. It just seems odd that now Kamala Harris is talking about like saving democracy. She put out a statement like, if I'm in, we need to save democracy. And I mean, I heard Portnoy talk about it, but immediately I was thinking like, now you're the Democratic candidate and no one voted for you to be the Democratic candidate.
No, she's just automatically in.
And another thing is, I think it's illegal in the States, but I mean, it seems like it should be if it's not, that if you endorse Joe Biden and you like gave money to Joe Biden, that they just took all that money in the bank account that endorsed Joe Biden for the Democratic candidate and just switched it to Kamala.
I
So-
think because she's his vice president, right? So like,
Yeah.
she's automatically.
But in a new race, you would have to be voted in as the Democratic candidate. They would have like a Democratic panel, and then they would all debate each other, and then someone would nominate a Democratic candidate. Now she is just
That one.
she is just the Democratic candidate now, which is so bizarre.
She has a better chance than Biden.
I guess. I just don't see it happening. But well, I mean, who knows? Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight, but it's just wild to see what's going on down there.
I'd love to see Kennedy Jr. win it.
Yeah, he's not going to though.
No, because
Unfortunately.
I know he's so smart and like so with it and like so for the people.
I mean, I like him just because he's had relatives, quote unquote, killed by the government, or so he thinks. Like even to this day, they won't release the Kennedy file. So it's like,
It's a bit weird.
why are you hiding this? It's so many years later. Why are you hiding the Kennedy file? You won't release the Kennedy file.
It's almost the same what happened to Trump, I think.
Yeah, and it's weird. I think his skepticism of the government is what's keeping him out, because people don't want the skepticism of the government.
Yeah. Oh no, they do not.
No.
But the assassination attempt was wild. I've been following the court cases regarding the director of the Secret Service.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
me too.
oh, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How they rip her apart, and she stepped down.
Yeah.
But
After they ripped her, she
Oh.
stepped down.
Why did they rip her?
Because how the hell do you let this idiot on a roof 150 yards away with a rifle?
Yeah.
And people saw him like 5 minutes prior.
Like,
Like people are
yelling at
yelling like, "There's a
Shooter.
shooter! There's a guy walking with a rifle!" Like, and
He's climbing on the roof.
They're like filming him like climb the roof. Like, there's a shooter, and like the Secret Service didn't see that, and then they won't release like
This guy was flying a drone around too.
they said that they they were like questioning her like how many people have been fired. She's like 0. How many people have been questioned? What's the they asked her a plethora of questions, and she
just-
couldn't answer any of them.
It was like talking to like a 5-year-old, like very in-depth questions. It was like, I don't have the timeline. It's like, what do you mean? You are the director of
Yeah,
the
like-
Secret Service. This is your job to know. Your job is to literally protect any former president or the president of the United States.
I know Trump has fired everyone that was covering him that day.
Yeah.
So he has, and they didn't provide him more. He asked for more
And they got him
Secret Service,
less.
and they denied him more Secret Service members. And another thing is, I think the big question was why there was like short Secret Service members covering him, and they're like, they should all be taller than him if they're going to cover him. In a situation like that, they should all be taller. They shouldn't be shorter. He shouldn't be able to stand over someone.
Yeah, because they could just pick.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
You should watch it. If anyone's watching this, watch the
I'll watch it. It's also such an iconic photo that he is
Yeah.
standing there, and it's two women protecting him.
You know what I find is hilarious is I have a couple.
God,
I have a couple friends
We'll get
who.
canceled if I go off about those people.
Don't go off about it, but it's just ironic that two women were protecting Trump in that very moment.
You know what I find really, really funny though is I have a couple friends who are like so Biden riders.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they're always like, these are older guys, but one older guy in particular is like, Joe's with it, Joe's all there, blah blah blah, he's great, like he's gonna wipe the floor with Trump and blah blah blah, and he's just has a stutter, he's completely cognitive, he's all there, and like
What?
and then they replace him and they're like, yeah, Kamala this, Kamala that. I'm like, you're just falling in line, man. Like, you've been telling me this guy is completely sane and nothing wrong with him, and then the Democratic Party decides there's something wrong with him,
So yeah.
so they replace him, and now this whole time you've been telling me that he's fine, and he's not fine.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's not fine. He, like, everyone can see, if you have eyes and ears, you can just see that there's some sort of cognitive.
He's not well.
Yeah, he's an old man who's unwell. It's not something to laugh at. He's trying to run a country, and he's
Unwell.
cognitively not there.
Yeah.
So
America's fucked. Sorry, guys. We'll be
Anyways.
up here in our fucked government.
yeah, ours is not better.
No. Okay, do you agree or disagree that it is okay to get back together with your ex?
I've done it.
And?
Hasn't worked out, but I know some people that have it. It has worked out. Example A.
Yeah.
But
very,
I mean,
very nuanced.
I've done it a couple times. I don't know. Just doesn't work. I don't know.
Well,
So
it just hasn't worked out.
Hasn't worked out for me, to say. So I can't speak on everybody, but I just know for me, I mean, it's good when you try and like get that lust back, and then you just like history kind of repeats itself, where things just, I don't know if you hold animosity to each other.
Right.
Depends on how it ended, I guess.
It does.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah.
If the trust is broken, I think it's near impossible to ever get back. But if you kind of broke up for different reasons, for personal growth, then it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened with you.
Yeah, totally. There was nothing that really happened, or no trust was broken. It was just we wanted to go separate ways, and we did for a little while, and then yeah, we just found each other again, and it's been great. It's been like tenfold better than it was the first time, and I think we both have grown since, and we both had a minute to reflect. I mean, when you find someone that you get along with like really well, it's hard to come by. So
The grass ain't always greener.
no, and it wasn't like either of us were like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. It was just like I think I needed to grow up a little bit, and I mean, maybe she did too. I think we both did some growth and some thinking, and it worked out for us.
Well, Godspeed.
Thank you.
Godspeed, my friend.
Do you agree or disagree? Having a fast-paced relationship is okay.
Fast pace, as in just moving speed.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I mean, again, didn't work out.
It's a bit love bomby.
For me, when I fast packed my relationship, it didn't like work out the way I wanted it to, because we didn't know each other like very well enough. Like we just moved very, very fast, moved cities for each other.
Do you think going forward, knowing that hasn't worked out, that you would do more of a slow burn?
Yeah, 100%. Because like I just moved, it was like lust. Like it was just like we were so good together. Everything was really good. Like everything was really good. Where I was like, oh, nothing can be better than this. And then just moved really, really fast. And then we didn't know really the important things about each other. Whether that's when we started finding out, that's where like it just fell apart.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't have the same belief.
Like, I always think for you, I think it's going to happen very fast. Like, I think you're going to find someone and, like, within 6 months, engagement, year married, year and a half kids. Like, I think once you find a person, it'll be very fast for you. That's just how I've played it in my mind. That's just how I see it working out for you. But yeah, I just think it's the way you go about a fast-paced relationship. If you are just going fast-paced based on lust and, like, to your point,
Yeah.
like to your situation, I think it was like a weekend warrior type thing where you're just coming in for 3 or 4 days or going there for 3 or 4 days, and you're just getting like the best parts of them, and you're not
Yeah.
getting the real life.
100%.
Especially someone with kids, if you're not like seeing how they are as a mom or seeing how they are day to day,
Yeah.
and you're just getting the fun part of them, it's pretty hard to keep fast pace.
I totally agree. And that's exactly how it was.
Yeah,
Because
but
once
I
I
think
moved there, it was like you find out like how they just operate on a normal day.
yeah, instead of like having drinks and doing like fun stuff
Yeah.
and going for food and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I think it's very important. Like, if you are fast paced, to ask like the important questions, and to actually see the person, like how they are on a day-to-day basis, how they are when they come home from work, how they are when something happens in their life that's shitty, and you're there to comfort them, how they react, how you react.
And same vice versa, how like they handle you when you're having a shitty day.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. How they comfort you and how you are together.
So having that conversation of like what you need out of that person when you're in that.
Yeah.
Because some people just like space, and some people like to deal with themselves. Some people like just someone to listen to, or someone who wants someone to help them get there. And having that conversation is huge too.
Yeah, it's hard when you get caught up in the lust. And when I was younger, was caught up in lust with a certain somebody that I met after a long-term relationship. And now in hindsight, I can see like, oh, that was 100% lust, you know, but until you experience that, you don't really know the difference. And that goes back to this guy at Stampede. Like he was just so all in and like so certain of me and blah, blah, blah. But it's like,
no life experience.
No life experience.
On the booze.
No. This was sober when we were on our date.
Oh, gotcha.
But like I was able to differentiate, oh, this is just lust. We don't even know each other. You know, like there's so many factors circumstantially that we wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I knew that.
Yeah.
When you told me like how young he was, before I knew how actually young he was.
Yeah. I think when I meet somebody, if I get to know them, I think we'll be engaged and married like very quickly.
Yeah. I think it's not a bad thing. I don't think fast pace is a bad thing. Yeah, when you know, but you have to make sure you know.
Yeah.
Like if you spend a lot of time together and you know, obviously people change too, you know? You have to make sure that you are mature enough where you know who you are and they know who they are in that moment, if you're going to make like a lifelong commitment to them, you know?
Yeah. And be able to grow together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and also touching on that too, like knowing who you are. Like you should be happy on your own instead of looking for someone to make you happy. A lot of people like, oh, I need to meet someone, like, oh, this person like really makes me happy, which makes them, but if they don't have that, they get like insecure.
Right.
So I think finding that portion of them, of like your own self, is a very major part of getting into a relationship. Like, are you happy being on your own?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what can you bring to the table, not what do they bring to the table?
Yeah, and I think it's more like a lot about complimenting each other, you know, like complimenting each other's happiness.
Jord has a question. Let's hear it.
Airing out your dirty laundry. Like some people, or females, males, sometimes they air out their dirty laundry about the relationship to their friends. What do you do? Females do that quite a bit, where it builds that like in their friends' mind, like because they only hear
Their side
or the bad things.
Oh God, it's so nuanced with every relationship. I think that's just the word of the podcast.
Yeah.
But
Shout out nuance.
if it's somebody, if it's somebody you're casually dating or seeing, I think like chatting with your friends is fine. If it's somebody you're in a serious relationship, I don't necessarily think it's appropriate to constantly be going to your friends to talk about it
Negatively. Because they build that in their mind that,
Yeah,
why are
and
you with this guy after a certain...
you don't want their perception of them to change. Like, I think if I were to talk about it with somebody, it would be like one of you guys, because I know that your perception isn't really going to change on the person. You guys just don't really care that much, you know?
Here's the thing. That's a great point, is because we're males, and I think it's a totally different thing when you talk to the females in your life, whether you're a male or female. When you talk to the females in your life, you have to be careful about what you say and what you're airing out. Because I think my guy friends, when I air out stuff to them, or if I'm like, whatever, if there's an issue in a relationship or something, and we just go for a beer or go get some lunch, and I'm like, oh, this, and this, they don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit about them, their relationship, but I'm there for them.
Yeah.
I'm there to support them. And I'm not going to like be like, oh, you know, I don't like your girlfriend anymore because she did this. It depends on obviously the severity of it. But if they're just in a little fight, I'm there to listen.
Right.
You know, but when you go to the females in your life, their memory about things is a little bit different. Things get stored back there.
Oh, they got a memory bank.
I will remember every single thing like either of you guys have told me about any girl. Ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're
So
like, I couldn't remember shit about anything besides what happened yesterday.
Yeah, and I think it's different with family too. I don't necessarily think you should ever go to your family about any like relationship like woes unless they're very serious. Because if I'm coming to you every time I have a little disagreement, then you're building a perception of a person in your mind that's totally false.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's like the buildup of like little, like
Yeah.
every time you air something dirty out.
Whereas like my friends, they're around me and around my girl, or in the past, whatever. They're around, you know, all the time, and they see the good times all the time. And if we have one little disagreement or something and I go to one of my friends, they're just there same way I would be there. Just like, yeah, buddy, like, you know, give a little bit of advice, and just, I usually just say keep a level head, and like, you know, things will pass. Like I had a friend come to me the other day, just had a baby, and he's like, yo, she's just not the same. And I'm like, you just got to be like careful, you know, because I've had a kid, and you know, like the emotions and stuff and the hormones that running through their body, just like be a little bit more understanding and just take your time, you know,
100%.
dealing with it. I just give advice like that. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to build a perception about this woman that I don't really know that well. You know what I mean? Or even if I do know her that well.
Yeah. And I think when I come to you guys just about like irritated things, I'm not necessarily looking for advice, you know? And I think girls are always trying to provide advice. Like if I go to my girlfriends, it's like oh, you should say this, you should say this. Like it's just like I just need to get it off my chest because I'm irritated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not looking for
What I've learned in past relationships too is asking, like, are you looking for advice, or are you just looking for an ear? And I learned that through like one of my, like back in the day, like one of my therapists, because I would always try and provide a solution. It was like my thing. And like sometimes it was just needed to just listen. But, yeah.
Good cue, Jord.
Thanks, bud.
Do you agree or disagree? It is okay to be attracted to other people while you're in a relationship.
I mean, I think you're obviously gonna find it. Like you're not blind. Like it's just a matter of if you act on it or not.
Agreed.
Like there's obviously beautiful people everywhere, whether you find that person attractive or good looking. Should say that.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between finding someone good looking
And attractive.
because it's human nature. You see a good looking person, you're going to know that's a good looking person.
Male or female.
Male or female, you're gonna be like, that's a good looking guy,
Yeah.
that's a good looking girl.
Yes.
But if you're attracted to someone else and that means like you're kind of in your mind acting on it.
Yeah, your head could turn, as they say on Love Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a main difference is finding someone good looking and being attracted to them.
Yeah, and I think having that conversation with your partner, like I've been with guys where it's like, oh, that girl, we both say like, oh, that girl is so hot. You know, we can both appreciate it and then just move on. Do you agree or disagree? You shouldn't date if you're not over your ex.
Agreed.
Yeah. No.
Agreed.
Don't date until you're over your ex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that means you're not healed. It means you're not mentally there.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're bringing an empty plate to the table. That was a good analogy, eh?
What about
Yeah, you pulled that one out of your ass.
I
eh?
did it with my chapped ass.
I saw this quote on Love Island and the girl was like, he wears his asshole like a hat on his head. Like
Whoa.
Jord wears your asshole like a hat on his head. You know?
Oh, I see.
Like
So
he's just sitting right there with his bow.
You're just taking the piss, eh?
We're getting delirious now.
Yeah. delirious.
Okay.
what was the question?
You shouldn't date if you're not over your ex.
Yeah, no.
No.
You got to be healed. What about dating on dates?
No, why?
No, why?
Yeah. Agreed. I didn't date after my ex-boyfriend and I broke up. I didn't date
Which
for
one?
My long-term.
Oh.
I didn't date for about a year and a half. I didn't even talk to a single guy for like over a year. I really took the time to heal after that.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
You're young. You were young.
Yeah. I wasted a lot of time in my 20s. I feel
Wait until you get out of your 20s.
I don't want to. It's a lot of time healing in my 20s. And
What do you think the process is now to find someone?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm trying. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
should
I
do
know.
Date My Sister.
No, I don't. I just like don't
We're
want to
taking
meet
applicants.
somebody online. I'm going back to London in September. Hopefully, I can find a British man. That's where I'm falling in love, having babies with a Brit.
Yeah, maybe.
Making little crumpets.
God
eh?
willing. God willing. Okay, last question. We had a comment from @happily_dissociated asking us to talk about the 3 love theory. Have you guys heard about this?
No. of
No,
course
spill
not.
it.
There is a theory that throughout our lifetime, we will fall in love 3 times at 3 different stages of our lives. Each love feels totally unique from the other and teaches us something that shapes us into the person we become. There's 3 types of love. The first love, that we learn that falling in love is the most incredible feeling in the world, but not all relationships last forever. And they certainly aren't always how they appear to be in movies. We've all experienced that.
For sure.
First
Yeah.
love is the best
Well.
in your mind of euphoria at that time
Yes.
until you're out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like we are
No, yeah, yeah.
experiencing everything for the first time. All those emotions are so you're so naive to life and you're just experiencing that.
Yeah. I would never say that it's the most rewarding or
Memorable.
best experience of my life.
Sorry, just like that feeling falling in love for the first time.
Yeah. Knowing that that feeling exists and it's possible is a wild time.
Yeah. Second is the intense love. What we learn from that is what we do want from love and what we do not want from love. We've all experienced that.
Agreed. Yeah.
Second love.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the third love is the unconditional love, the true love that does exist and that is possible to feel completely safe, protected, and adored by another human being.
I'm on it.
I thought you were talking about a dog for a second.
No. Well, we feel that from our dogs, but
You guys single people feeling
Single
unconditional
Pringles.
love.
With dogs.
with dogs.
Kaboom.
I'd rather my dog than some piece of shite.
Fair. Amen, brother.
Yeah, it's
I totally agree with that.
I agree with that.
3 different loves.
I can relate to every single one.
Can you pinpoint the girl for each one?
Yeah.
I can too.
I can too.
The relationship that I'm in now is pretty awesome.
What you've been longing for.
Yeah. It's unconditional and the support that we have for each other is just
Phenomenal.
insane.
We love that for you.
Yeah, love that for you.
So
bro.
deserving.
Thank you.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Thanks.
Well, any other topics, people?
No, that's.
We can move dreams to the next one.
Yeah, we'll skip dreams for the next
Dream
one.
dreams.
What?
I'm having a stroke, you guys.
That journey
Okay,
talking.
thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Tune into our TikTok. Tune into our Instagram at Jam with the Boys. We will see you guys maybe in a few weeks. We're kind of on a Rockefeller
Yeah.
schedule, but
Yeah, 2 weeks.
all right. Peace out, fam.
Sayonara,
Sydney
Stefan.
Stefan. Bye.
Beef.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think to your point, it's like
Get those Furbies out of here, man.
My hairy legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever. What can you do? I've had a kidney infection the last week.
Look at it. It doesn't even fold up. Just gets velcroed. Ooh.